Oh, shoot. Hey, how's it going? Que la. Hey, I hit the wrong button, guys. I am so sorry. But hey, how's it going? This is Ray Martinez with Actitud y Pasión. And next to me is Jill, my good friend from Mexico. How's it going, Jill? How was your day?
Oh my God, thank you. I wasn't expecting that, but thank you, Ray. Thank you for the introduction. I'm doing great, and thank you for the invitation.
Yeah. I normally have a video that goes in there. You know what? Let's play the video anyway. We
Yeah,
came
let's play
in
that one.
and
Yeah,
let's
please.
play the video, and here it goes. Hey, and there we go. That was your introduction. Oh, guys, we always start with a video and then we come in. But hey, it happens. This, guys, is a new segment. And, so welcome to a new, brand new show for Actitud y Pasión. Today's topic is going to be Just Take Action. And show is going to be every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Texas Central Time, 8 p.m. California, 9 p.m. in Mexico, 7 p.m. in New Mexico, and 11 p.m. in New York, and 5 in the morning up in the European countries. And we'll probably have a couple, so maybe a few friends coming in. So this show's not about talk, guys. This is a call to move, to build, to execute your dreams. It's easy to have ideas. It's easy to daydream. Everybody loves to daydream, but it's even easier to make plans. But people who change their lives are the ones who do one simple thing: they take action. So, tonight, guys, we're going to break it down why action is the real secret sauce to success. The secret sauce to success, guys. And how are you going to start right now? No matter where you are, you can do it. Does that make sense? So, guys, that's where we're going to get into. Here is the topic: just take action. And guys, this is a great topic. Action is always the key to anything you do in life. I mean, you play sports. If you don't take action, you're out of here. You want to sing? Hey, you got to take action. You got to sing, that kind of deal. You want to do whatever you want to do in life. It takes action, not dreaming. I was in the show earlier today, and one of the things that I said was, you can dream all you want, but if you don't take action, you're nowhere. You're just where you're at. So when we talk about taking action, Joe, what is it that you think about? What comes to mind when you talk about? Hey, Clarissa, how's it going? So what do you think about when take action comes about?
Oh my God. Well, take action is just a way of living, right? Whenever you find something that passionates you enough, that it's bigger than your fears, then
Mhm.
that's the key to taking action. And when you ask me, what is that about? I remember the earthquake in 2017 in Mexico
Yeah.
City.
Hmm.
And I mean, you can always take action from whatever point of view you want. And in that moment, one of my biggest skills was developing software. So I
Mm.
just took action. Like I wanted to help from a true alignment, if you will, from a true desire of bringing my knowledge to the world, for bringing a little piece of myself to the world
Hmm.
and try
Hmm.
helping others. And guys, it wasn't perfect, when this software came to life, it wasn't perfect. It didn't have all the pieces, but it's just the thing that moves you, and you just don't think it twice. Because if you start overthinking, then you got analysis paralysis, and as you said, you get nowhere. So that's what brings to my mind right now, as in taking action.
Yeah, yeah. And we can break down the taking action. We're gonna break it down into 5 points if we get through all the 5 points. But guys, it's gonna be grateful. One of the things that I always say is that champions create opportunities. And so in doing so, you're taking action. But once the opportunity comes in, what are you going to do about it? Sometimes I don't know if in the past some of you have been offered a job and you say, oh, well, maybe yes, maybe no, whatever. Or you don't jump right to when they told you, hey, you know what, go talk to this person and man, you're going to have a great job. And you didn't take action and somebody else took your job, that kind of deal. So, guys, let's look into this. And the thing is this: action beats perfection. And a little bit of that is this: that someone hesitating at the start line or someone already running and just slows down or he's looking for the perfect stripe or whatever. You're trying to do something the perfect way. Perfection is a silent dream killer, guys. Perfection is a silent dream killer. Waiting for the perfect time or the perfect idea only leads to years lost. You waste a lot of years trying to find the perfect time, trying to find the idea. El clásico mañana, el clásico el lunes, we always think, oh, let's wait till January 1st so we can start. And, I'm going to be my best. So start messy, start imperfect, but start. Real growth happens when doing, not ending, endless thinking. Done is better than perfect. What can we add to this, Joe? What can you add to this?
I
Action
mean, it
perfection.
action beats perfection. I mean, this is just great because I love this little phrase where it says success leaves clues. And if you check
Mm,
to all those guys and gals over there that have created success, all of them tell you just start where you are. It doesn't have to be perfect. Um, it doesn't have to be figured everything out. You just start, and actually, they
right.
bring into the table the the tries that they have done in the previous the first tries,
Mm-hmm.
and they are not perfect, but they just kept on moving forward. Because if you don't take action, then the universe won't listen to you, won't listen to the intention that you put out there. If you just
Yeah.
keep on dreaming, that's okay. But action is when the universe or God or whoever you want to take, it's when the universe will listen to you and will meet you
Mm.
in the middle of your dreams.
Wow. That is so cool because, you know, uh, I remember as a youngster, I would say, I want to do this. I want to be perfect at this. I want to get it to the best thing. As it is, I'm that type. Not that I'm don't like to be wrong, but I like to make sure that I do things to the best way I can do them. So I learn. In other words, I just make sure that I know what I'm doing. And make sure I get it right. I remember when I was a kid and I always played basketball, and I remember I would practice, and I'm a chess player. When I first started to play chess, I combined chess with basketball, and so I in chess. You have certain moves that you do in the opening. They call the opening, right? The first 10 moves, you pretty much know what you're going to do. So I said, I can do that with basketball. So I would say, okay, if he moves here, I'm going to move here. He moves here, I'm going to move here. And then I went and I analyzed what the position was going to be, and I designed plays based on me versus another guy without the guy being here. And I was just imagining all of this happen. But I did that because I wanted to play a perfect game. Does that make sense? And I would do that, but then I would take the action because I would play against other kids and I would work on that. Sometimes I lost, sometimes I won, but it got better and better. And the thing is this, uh, action might lead you to perfection, or action might lead you to a better, success or a better way of life or whatever. But if you don't take action, you're never gonna get to perfection. That's for sure. You're never
That's
gonna
true.
get to perfection, and we'll never be perfect. Nunca vamos a ser
Never.
perfectos. Pero si tomamos acción, entonces tenemos la posibilidad de llegar un poquito cerca a la perfección, o llegar a un punto donde se está haciendo la cosa a lo mejor, a lo máximo. We're starting to have success, and that's where it's cool, man. I think that's really really great there. Let's and I think another thing with that is that we start doing stuff. I started walking a couple of years ago, and I recently, I well, actually a couple of months ago, I got injured, and now I started walking again. And I've been walking like 4 miles on a consistent basis. Almost every day, or skip one day, walk one day, skip one day, walk one day, or sometimes I walk 3 days in a row, that kind of deal. But it's momentum that keeps me going. And so sometimes momentum is your best friend, because if you don't keep doing what you're doing and you don't create that momentum, if you don't create that velocity that's going to move the wheel, keep going forward, it's going to break. It's going to stop, y no se va a mover. And so that's the thing. Momentum is, think of a snowball rolling down the hill. It just gets bigger and bigger. It grows bigger and bigger. Uh so small actions build unstoppable momentum. Let me say, small steps, tiny steps builds the habit, builds the momentum, and then you keep going. Every tiny step leads to confidence, guys. It leads to learning more. It learns to bigger results. So success is never a single leap. It's thousands of small steps that add up. The key is to keep moving. And at first, you might not want to. As the starting a business, let's relate it to business. When you start a business, hey, I don't care what business you are. You're gonna sell lollipops. Hey, maybe the first day you don't sell a single lollipop, but maybe the second one you sell 10, and then the next day maybe you sell them 14, and then maybe 20, and then you keep growing and growing and growing. But the thing is, are the lollipops gonna sell themselves, or is it the momentum that you're creating by talking about the lollipops, or going to people and say, "Look, I'm selling lollipops. Would you want? How many lollipops would you want to buy?" That kind of deal. So the momentum will take you wherever you want to go. Does that make sense? Maricruz, ¿qué tal? Saludos, Maricruz. Maricruz used to be one of my co-hosts, and right now she's taking a break because she's doing some stuff with her coaching and other things. And so, Maricruz, I missed you. Saludos. Come back anytime you want to. You know that. Pero momentum. How has momentum helped you in your business?
So I think this is great, right? Because I just want to take a little bit of what you just said. Small steps. Typically, we believe that we have to go great steps, big steps, and that's not true. Because if you try to get down to these big steps, eventually you will get exhausted. Because it's not about velocity, if you will. It's about just being consistent. So the consistency, the momentum that we are talking about, that's all that it takes. Because eventually, when you reach a specific milestone, then you realize, oh my God, now that I have reached to this point, probably I just need to learn a little bit more, or probably need to add up to a service, or maybe I can just improve the service that I'm doing with my lollipops. Maybe I can just add up, I don't know, yogurt, frozen yogurt.
Uh huh.
I mean, the bottom line is
Add
just
something else.
small
Yeah.
step. Add something else and learn something different every time, because we are never gonna be, and you just say that, perfection. Probably we will never be at that point, but we will always improve ourselves. Mi mamá dice que somos perfectibles, no perfectos.
Mm. Sí, sí, sí. Tienes
Yeah.
mucha razón en eso. And the thing here is this, guys. Here we go. We must take action, guys. We just got to take action. I don't know how best to put it, but hey, there's the red sign. Take action. That's what we need to do, because if we don't take action, guys, nothing's gonna happen. Does that make sense? Nothing's gonna happen. Another thing, I think another thing is that, well, let's say, why don't we take action? What do you think? Why don't we take action? I know the comment right now, we were talking about action beats perfection, and then the momentum is your best friend, right? Momentum is your friend. We can come back to these, but let's just jump around. But I think this is another one here, and this one deals with fear. Fear shrinks when you move. You know, or sometimes fear is also the voices you hear from the past. You can't do that. That's not for you. You'll never make it. And so you become fearful because of the words you heard in the past. You don't need to be like, Rene, ¿qué tal? Just take action. With the action comes clarity. See, that's true. That is true. ¿Verdad? Because action takes you to a place where you actually see the whole thing. I think of action as climbing the mountain top, getting to the mountain top, and you can see the valley in the bottom, and you can see the beautiful river flowing. You can see what is it called? You can see the grass, the meadows, the trees, the cosechas. You can see the pretty houses. You can see whatever animals are around, because you've reached the top, and you're not afraid, ¿verdad? Hey, coach, ¿qué tal, Anel? ¿Cómo te va? Mucho éxito. Jill, gusto verte,
Anel,
hermosa.
un
Everybody,
abrazo.
hey, everybody comes around here. But that's what I'm saying, right? Momentum. But let's go back to this fear. Why we don't do stuff. We were talking a little bit about during the COVID, and I said, during COVID, champions or winners created opportunities, and there was people that had great businesses that had to shut down because they couldn't change the way they were doing business. They couldn't change the way they were doing business because they were in a box. They couldn't think outside the box. And you were talking about this, Jill, right? What was one of the main things that you had to do or that you had to overcome? What was some fear that you had to overcome in starting this business? What do you think?
Oh my God. Well, there were a lot of fears, especially because when we are kids, we are taught that if we don't have the perfect grades, or don't if we don't excel at something, then we won't be ready for what life challenges are out there. But the real truth is that we are ready. We do have the strength. I used to thought, sorry, when I just want to pursue this project because I want to be stronger. I want to feel
Mm,
stronger. But the truth was, I am already strong. I am already creative. I am already all these great things. But the fear that was in front of me was making me forget my real power. So
mhm,
whenever you just take action, the fear will just be belittled, right? Like no era tan intenso, no era tan real lo que mis pensamientos me decían. And that's what typically fear shows us. That probably is here to protect us, but mostly what fear tells us it's not entirely true. At least not about us. That's what
mm.
I learned.
Yeah, hold on. People. But that is so true. And I think the other thing here is this, because we're talking about fear. So fear creates stillness. In other words, you stay like almost frozen. The more you move forward, the less power fear has over you. Because fear is a power. Es un poder. El miedo es un poder. Y si no le ganas al poder, el miedo te gana a ti. Does that make sense? So as you move, as you take action, you say, okay, I'm not that fearful anymore. I remember as a kid, again, going back to as a kid, maybe, I don't know, 16, 17 years old, you start going to dances at school, and the fear for us guys is, okay, walk across the dance floor and ask a pretty girl out. And so many guys don't do that. Why? Because they're afraid of getting rejected. They're afraid of the no. They're afraid of being laughed at or whatever, humiliated. And so I remember feeling that way, but then I remember, you know what? If she says no, I'll just ask somebody else. And I remember, getting some no's, but then I remember getting some yes. And eventually I was one of the ones that would always open up the dances, but it came from the understanding that it's a numbers thing. And I didn't know anything about sales. I didn't know about 3%. Everybody buys 3%. I didn't know any of that. I just kind of, I guess, because of my chess background, I figured, okay, it didn't work. Let's try something else. And let's keep trying to. And momentum. And eventually, I lost the fear of walking across the dance floor and asking some girl to dance. And that's the thing. So fear keeps you from doing something that you like. Fear keeps you from having a successful job. Fear keeps you from having a successful relationship or building a successful relationship or walking to the coffee house, and you've seen some person that you want to have a conversation, and you just don't, because quack, 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 you're chicken. You're afraid. You're afraid of the rejection. What? And sometimes fear also hits your self-esteem, because then you feel, okay, I'm little, I'm not worth it, I have nothing to offer, and all of these comes into that. Fear, guys, we need to kill fear. And we need to destroy fear. We need to remove fear from our lives. Dice Maricruz aquí, hold on. Clarice's got some stuff, good stuff. Dice Maricruz, I think what stops us from action is fear. And she's all right. That's what we're talking about, right? Bueno, léyame lo que dice Anel here. ¿Qué dice Anel?
Definitivamente lo que nos impide tomar acción es el miedo al que le tenemos fe, porque cuando creemos lo que pensamos que va a salir mal, estamos poniendo más fe en el miedo que en nuestras posibilidades. Oh my God,
Exactly.
Anel, this is gold nugget, because
Yeah.
Ray, I just want to add up, fear and faith demands you to believe in something that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
Fear and faith, you
Mhm.
both need to believe in something that it's not there. So always choose faith.
Yeah. Dice Clarissa, dance like nobody's watching. Haha. It's true. It's true.
It's
¿Qué
true.
dice? ¿Qué dice? Dance like nobody's watching. Haha. Keep going. I guess she was trying, and it just kept going. But it's true. It's true. The thing is, come on, ¿qué dijo Annette? We need to have faith in what we want to do. We need to have faith in what we want to do. Once we have faith, then the fear is going to eventually be gone, because you're going to see, faith wants me to do this. Fear doesn't let me. Okay, let me take a step closer to faith, but I'm still afraid. Let me take another little closer step towards faith, but I'm still scared. Okay, let me keep going. And then all of a sudden you create momentum, and poof, you're there. you
Yeah,
know,
true.
because that's how it is. The momentum keeps you going, the momentum keeps you on track, because we got to be
Right.
focused. We got to stay on track. Too many people have created businesses, have done different things, have gone on diets, have done like for me, doing the walking, whatever it is that you start and you stop, because one, it doesn't become a habit. Two, you don't believe in what you're doing. And so I think a lot of it too has to be with purpose. But right now we're dealing with fear, and the fear of failure kills the successful person, kills a
True.
successful business, the feel of failure. And I'm here to tell you, and I know Jill can tell you, Anel can tell you, Maricruz can tell you, Clarissa can tell you that Success is built upon failure over failure over failure. Some of the most successful people in the world have failed one, two, three, 100 times and then became
Oh yeah.
successful. I talk a lot
Oh
about
yeah.
President Lincoln here in the United States. He was the 16th president. This guy, this gentleman, could not win an election. He ran for everything, and every time he lost. Every time he would run again for office, he lost. He ran for this and he lost. He ran for this and he lost. Eventually, he became the president of the United States. Go figure, right? Michael Jordan, the best basketball player in the world. Just do it, right? His high school his high school basketball coach told him, "You got no talent. You're not going to ever do anything with basketball. Go." I think he told him to go join the theater arts or something, and he became the best basketball player in the world. You know, so fear keeps you. I mean, fear could have kept Michael Jordan from becoming a great basketball player. Fear could have stopped President Lincoln from becoming president. Fear can stop you from taking the steps that you need to take to become the successful person that you are meant to be. You know, your faith will take you there. Don't let fear take that away from you. Does that make
And
sense?
no, yeah, definitely. And you know what, Ray? I just want to add something up here.
Yes.
Um, Fear probably will never leave you because
Hmm.
eventually something new
Hmm.
will arise, something different will come. And you just said that thinking out of the box. You need to think out of the box almost every time if you move forward. And thinking out of the box is normal that it brings fear to the
Hmm.
equation, but it's all a matter of choosing faith and eventually befriending fear, because fear typically it's is there to tell you a message. And if you give some context to the fear, like, okay, maybe I'm just scared because I don't want to be humiliated, because when I was a kid I used to be bullied, okay, and
Right.
yeah,
Right.
nobody wants that. But if you want to calm down the fear and move forward, you can use this strategy to talk to yourself like you are your best friend. Oh, you said right yesterday, talk to you as you are your best cheerleader,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. You are. You
Because
should be your best cheerleader.
you should be your best cheerleader. So talk to yourself as if you are that, and talk to your fear and just try to understand that, and say, okay, fear, te escucho, sí, bien, pero voy a seguir moviéndome y es pasito, un pasito. No hay tema, voy a seguir adelante. Just to keep that in mind, that fear is normal. You are not a bad person if you have fear. You are not a bad person if sometimes you double question your path. That's
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
okay. Just
Yeah.
keep on moving forward.
Yeah, and I think also confidence is built by facing the small fears daily.
Yeah.
Confidence is built. Again, that's what happened to me. I was scared to go across the dance floor to ask somebody else, but as I did it more and more and more, I built confidence to where, hey, you know, hey, what's up? Want to go dance? That kind of deal. And you kind of get goofy, but you're in the confidence zone. To where fear is no longer the monster, the giant.
Yes.
It's shrunk. You have made fear shrink. As and so he becomes small, and yet you can manage fear, and he's gone. Hey, ¿qué tal, Ariana? Buenos días. No, es la medianoche allá en Argentina. Adriana, I'm glad you're here. God bless you. Good show. Thank you, Adriana. Again, if you want to pop in, just let me know and I'll bring you right in. Adriana used to be another one of my co-hosts. But right now she's working on some stuff, and hopefully she'll be writing a book and all of that. So, guys, let me show you a video here. Let me show you a video, and because I do a lot of this kind of things. Okay, so here's a video, guys, on taking action. and sweet, but you get the idea. You get the idea. We must take action no matter what we do. And I think along with the fear, why are we scared? Why we're scared? Because we're afraid of failure. We're afraid of failure, right? And the thing is this. Let me share something here. Failure, guys, is your teacher, not your enemy. Does that make sense? You like that? Failure
Yeah.
is your teacher, not your enemy, guys. Y so, hey, mira quién digo aquí. Hey, ¿qué tal, Ariana? ¿Cómo te va? I think she's a friend of yours. Yvonne Jill.
Oh,
What
yo,
a
yo,
nice surprise.
girl.
Hey, man, so cool. Where's Yvonne from?
She's from Mexico as well as Andrea.
And igual, Ariana, pues qué bueno que están aquí. Thank you, guys. I know. I think. And it's who is it that has the English school? Is it Andrea or is it? I know somebody. One of your friends has a teaching school.
Oh, maybe that's Helen.
Ándale, Helen. It's Helen. It's Helen. It's Helen. Yeah, that's right.
Helen.
Fear of failure or fear of reject, right? And that's true. That's true, Renee. Because the thing is this, but failure is your teacher. As a chess coach, guys, a lot of times what I do is my students write down their moves. They write the moves that the opponent made. They write their moves, and at the end of the game, we have a sheet of paper full of moves, and we go over them. We analyze the whole game. We analyze what the good moves were, what the bad moves were, where they missed it, where something, whether they won or lost, what they could have done. If they lost, okay, this is the way you're gonna beat this guy next time you face him. You're gonna try this strategy. We're gonna do this, and not only in chess, guys, in football. They normally have film of the game, and after the game, the next day at practice, they look at film. Why? Because they're analyzing. They're analyzing. But the thing is, the failure becomes something that they're learning from. They're learning from failure. They're learning how to come from failure to success. How to get from failure to a win. How to get from failure to more money, honey. You know what I'm saying? Failure takes you to all of these amazing things to take you to the life you want because you're not going to get it at the first try. Now, if you get in the first try, hey, oh, qué bueno, you know, but, hey, I mean, hey, hey, write a book and tell us the formula how you did it on the first try. But I mean, or Jill, have you ever tried something and it was 100% successful the first time you
No,
tried
never. Oh my God, never, ever. No. When you were putting this example, I just remember this Disney movie, Sueños sobre Hielo.
it? Uh
Trata
huh.
de una patinadora. Bueno, más bien,
Hmm.
it's about a girl that wants to go to Harvard, and she's very focused on studying every subject, right? But there was a
Wow.
dream inside of her, and she always
Hmm.
wanted to go into these championships of ice skating,
Oh
but
wow.
her mother wouldn't allow her to do that, and
Mm.
she really wanted to go there, but she wasn't good at sports, but she
Mm.
went anyway. And when she gave it a try, there was todas estas caídas,
Hmm.
se lastimaba, se sobaba, but she did something. She was taking track of every movement she did. She
Wow.
was taking notes and doing some analysis on the rotation of the jump, or if she spinned a little bit with more degrees. She used what she was good at, which was studying. She
Mm.
wasn't no era una deportista,
Hmm.
but she was very good on doing analysis on things on herself. So she started to create this momentum again, and
Hmm.
she learned from failure. She said, oh,
Yeah.
next time I won't spin two times, maybe just one and a half, and that's it, and that will keep me stable. And
Right.
that's where you need to focus your path. Failure is just a teacher.
Oh man, I love it because taking action means you're going to fall sometimes. It's
Yeah,
normal.
it's normal.
Every mistake brings you closer to mastery. Think about that. Every mistake gets you closer to becoming an expert, a master at whatever you're doing. Failure isn't the opposite of success, it's part of success. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of success. If you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough.
True.
Think about that one. If you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough. Wow.
Wow.
Imagine that. If you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough. If you're not making, if your business isn't growing, why isn't it growing? What is it that, you got to analyze the big picture. Okay, what's going on? How many customers are we talking to? What is it that they want? Are we listening to our customers? Am I being a friend to the customers, or am I just receiving their money? Am I there for a win-win, or am I just trying to make a buck? You know, what is the passion that drives you? Do I have a passion that'll drive me to success, or am I just doing it because over here Billy Joe is doing the same thing and he's making a ton of money, and Aunt Marie over there is doing the same thing and she's making a whole lot of money, and I want to do the same thing, and how come I'm not making that kind of money? So you gotta analyze it. Failure is the only, if you can see your failure, you can change it. You can analyze it. You can say, wow, because we're not we're not dumb enough to keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over. Even babies, when they touch something that's hot, pow, they don't go touch it anymore. That makes sense.
Yep,
You never
makes
see
sense.
a baby touching fire and then keep going back to touching fire. Never. You know.
Never.
Same thing with animals and the whole bit. But yet we treat success like that, and I don't know, relationships. Sometimes, guys, in relationships, we keep going to the same bad relationships over and over, like we don't learn. And again, okay, failed relationship. Okay, failed relationship. Okay, failed relationship. Hey, change the pattern. Why is it that you're attracted to this type of guy? Why is
To
it
the
that
same.
you're attracted to
Uh-huh.
this type of woman? What is it that you need to change? It's not about you. Maybe it's about what you're looking for in the person that you're looking for. So you gotta. So this thing goes into every single area, guys. Failure takes you to every single area, and you should, and that's how you're going to be successful in all of these areas.
True.
Amazing, huh? Amazing. Just take action, though. Let's look at another one, and this is called. Let me put it here first. We just finished, or we'll talk a little bit more. But failure is a teacher, not the enemy. Let's look about this one, and I think this is going to be a real big one. You
Ooh.
create your own opportunities. You create your own opportunities. So this one really is, just picture a person building a stairway in midair as they climb. Interesting, right? So doors don't open for people standing still. Doors do not open for people standing still. Opportunities come when you show the world you're serious by taking bold action. Action attracts mentors, partnerships, new possibilities
True.
you can't predict. The world rewards the world rewards momentum, initiative, and hustle. That makes sense?
Actually, now that you said that, I just want to bring a very personal example. Whenever you know your thing, you know you're not perfect, but you know you can do great stuff. and you deliver that message over and over. Maybe you go into a networking event, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe you just talk to a former teacher. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
I'm creating this. There's no straight way as to what to do or when to do the right things. You just have to open the doors. You have to
Yes.
to foresee. Oh, there's an opportunity for me. I'm gonna pitch something. So I picked up my phone and I talked to a former teacher of mine back in college, and I said, "Hey, listen, I'm creating this project, and I'm wondering if back at college would there be any interested on opening a cohort or something that I can teach in?" And he said, "You know what? Maybe the school isn't ready, but I'm interested on listening to what you can bring to the table." So maybe my idea was to open an opportunity for me in my former college, but
Mm-hmm.
I realized that the opportunity was for me to work with my former teacher in a different scenario, not necessarily the school, but
Mm.
that's all about like open the doors and just keep moving forward and never stop pitching what you want to address.
Wow. No, that's so true. Uh, you know, and you said something here. When you do something and you know you're good at it, that opens opportunities. People want to work with you. You know, uh, my background is in photography. Now I do chess. But I'm retired from photography. But when I was a kid, um, I worked for one of the largest firms, photography firms in the United States. It's called CPI, and they were out of St. Louis, Missouri. And we would go into different WalMarts. Those are big, large department stores, and we would take family pictures, baby pictures, couples, whatever. We would take pictures, and um, I remember the very first time that I went. My first week of on the job, I was being trained by an old master, and I had taken a photography course at the college and all of that, and so my first set, I was saying, oh, well, let me try reflection. They get three rule of thirds. You can all of this, and the guy says, Martinez, come here. You go, yeah, yes, sir. Do you want to do art or do you want to do money? Do you want to make money or do you want to do art? And I said,
Ooh.
I want to make money. And then he said, follow the program. He told me follow the program, and I go, okay, I'm gonna follow the program because hey, they're the ones that are making the big bucks. Why should I want to invent the wheel? They already had in the first picture. This is the way you shoot it. The second picture, this is the way you shoot it. The third
Right.
time, this is the way it's photographed. Fourth, we would take 6 pictures, and everyone was different, and the whole thing. All I had to do is you know get an expression, and I became really good at it. I remember when they went to Puerto Rico to open up Puerto Rico. I was one of 6 photographers in the whole United States that was asked to go, and I was a territory manager in Puerto Rico. And I remember going through different cities and all of that. And I remember one time we came to a meeting with the vice president had gone, and we had come out and uh, he was there and we were all listening and the whole bit. And then he says, have you guys have dinner? Because we had just come in from the studios. And I remember I got up and I said, well, actually, sir, everybody here has been working in different cities, and we drove to San Juan. It's a small island, but still, it's a drive. Especially with the traffic, and so no, I don't think we got dinner. If you want, I can order something in the whole bit. And he said, no, 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 and he got mad at the guy that was over everybody there. He said, "How dare you not have dinner for these guys?" And it was not a big thing, but it was really good because he kind of felt I felt like, okay, this guy's in touch with us. He wants us to be successful, and it seems like he cares. Well, that went on in a whole bit. I came back to the States about maybe 2 years after that, and then I started working again. And I was in Waco, Texas, and I was again doing my thing that I would do. And at this particular city, this guy was watching me. He was watching me work, And towards the end, he was the only one left, and I thought, hey, well, sir, can I help you? You need some information. Maybe you want to bring your family tomorrow, or what's the deal? He says, you know what? Here's my card. Let's go have dinner tonight. And I go, okay. And he goes, okay, what about, we're gonna talk about your next job. Y así me dijo. Y le dije, okay, great. I'm done at 8 and the whole bit. And the reason I'm saying this is because at that point I could say, you know what, cookie guy, I don't watchamos, I'm working here, I don't need this or whatever. But instead, I said, okay, I'll listen. Let's go have dinner. What's a free meal? Whatever. So I went and we had dinner, and I was hired. I told the guy, you know what, I gotta give my company 2 weeks notice. And after 2 weeks, I was on my way to Nashville to work for another international company, and that happened. And that happened to me like 3 different times during my course. So I never interview for a job. I never went to somewhere to interview for a job. They came to me, and but I took the opportunity. That I guess that's what I'm trying to say. That if I had not taken the opportunity different times, those jobs would not have been available. And when COVID hit, guys, one of the reasons I'm here doing this shows is because when COVID hit, I was doing chess lessons face to face, and we couldn't meet face to face anymore. And so I said, you know what? Let me use internet. Let me find somewhere. I found StreamYard, and I started to doing my chess lessons on StreamYard. Then all of a sudden, I started doing talk shows with a friend of mine. And the thing is that I created an opportunity to do something that wasn't being done at the time, and um, and that's what winners do. Winners create an opportunity and they go with it, and then from there they kind of fix it. They kind of fix it up because obviously you're not going to get it right the first time, and so that's what you need to do. Um, the when you keep moving in the direction of an opportunity, I feel that one, you have to be thankful that the opportunity was given. You also have to kind of say, hey, I'm pretty good at what I'm doing. That's why the opportunity is coming, because I know what I'm doing. I'm not a matter of being arrogance, but you have to acknowledge that at some point. And the other thing is that, again, it goes back to gratitude, being grateful for the opportunity that's been given. And then of course, once you're there, you gotta stay on the mission of doing what the purpose of whatever opportunity you were given, whether it's a new job, whether it's whatever it is, a business or whatever. But it's the opportunity, guys,
True.
that changes it around. ¿Qué dice Maricruz? Dice, make the money faster. A ver, ¿qué más dice? Yes, very true. Not try
Not
to
reinvent.
reinvent don't try to reinvent the wheel. And that's true, because many people, that's what they want to do. They want to reinvent the wheel. I want to sell tacos. Okay. And the tacos are, of course, you fold a tortilla in half and you put the thing in there. No, but I want to sell tacos, but I want to make the tortilla into a square and put food in there. Well, it might be a good idea, but I don't think, for one, don't call it tacos. For two, people might think you're crazy and they're not going to buy your idea. Or maybe they will. Maybe they'll go crazy and buy your idea, and you'll be the richest man in the world.
Just give it a
Again,
try.
you give it a try,
Yeah, maybe just give it a
that kind
try.
of deal. Nunca sabes, you try something, and, hey, well, look at, what was it? Kentucky Fried Chicken guy, Colonel Sanders. He started the business cuando ya estaba
Yes.
viejito, and you know he very successful person. There's a lot of successful people that have done stuff that is out of the ordinary, especially in the food industry. There's Chick-fil-A, Burger King, McDonald's. You think of Coca-Cola, Dr. Pepper, Sprite. All of those. You're este. Look at Leon Moss. Leon Moss right now, he's building rockets and flying rockets. He wants to be the first guy to go to Mars. Um, Crazy or not, he's doing it. He's doing
He's
it. He's
doing
gonna
it.
become
And
president.
now that you're saying that, right? Now
Hmm.
that you're saying that, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you fine. Can you
Okay.
hear me?
Okay, perfect. Yes. So Creating your own opportunities is opening your own doors, and what keeps the door open is pure passion.
Yeah.
Passion
Yeah, passion definitely is the key to anything you want to try. That's why the show is Actitud y Pasión. I lost you there. Go ahead. Keep going.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. So I was
Maybe
just
a
saying,
talking mute or something.
all right. When you create your own opportunities is when you keep the doors open. And in order to keep the doors open, you need to keep the passion within you. If you're
Yeah.
really passionate of what you're doing, if you're really passionate of your idea, just keep moving forward and that will keep the doors open for you wherever you go. So I just wanted to add that up.
No, it's true. Passion is the key to being successful, guys. Passion is the key to being happy. If you're doing something that you love, you're gonna do it with passion. You're gonna do it with your heart. You're gonna do it with love. Con pasión, logras el éxito. That's
True.
con pasión logras el éxito. Con pasión vas a hacer todo lo que tú quieres hacer porque no lo estás haciendo porque quieres. You're not doing something because you have to. You're doing it because it's part of your passion. It's what drives you. It's what allows you to wake up in the morning to do the things you do because you have the passion for that. I can teach chess 24 hours a day. And some days I'll do 6 to 8 lessons, and I can even do one more after that because I love teaching kids. I love making sure that these kids get the idea that their dreams are possible. It's not about chess for me. It's about how do I get this kid to feel like he wants to get a PhD? How do I make this little kid, feel like he's going to stay on his focus, you know, throughout his school years to be successful, to get good grades, to be loyal, to be honest, and to live a life where he's going to be happy after that. And I've been doing this for 25 years now, and I some of my students now or my ex students now are in their 20s and even 30s, and they come up to me sometimes and they'll buy me dinner or whatever, and we talk, and we don't do a chess lesson, but we talk about life, and we kind of do like a life lesson in a sense because they trusted me back there. They had faith in me, and I created champions, and so they know where we're coming from. So the passion, guys, will take you. A big question that or a statement that is said a lot in a lot of these programs is the legacy that you leave behind.
Oh, that's amazing.
The
Yes.
legacy that you bring behind. What legacy are you going to leave behind? How are people going to remember you? Think about that one. How are people going to remember you? Are they going to remember you as a nice guy that just said that did nothing, or are they going to remember you because you help people? Are you going to help? Are they going to remember you because uh, you were successful at doing whatever that you were doing? How are
True.
people going to remember you? You're building your legacy every day. We're building like we don't have tomorrow, guys. We only have today. If tomorrow was the last day of your life, if you knew that tomorrow was the last day of your life in la noche, how would you live the whole day? Does that make sense?
True.
Again, would you let fear stop you from doing what you wanted to do? Or would you keep going with momentum? Would you keep going out with thinking outside the box and creating whatever you wanted to do? This as the passion ignites purpose, but it's discipline. Yeah, discipline keeps it going. Definitely. Discipline keeps it going. When you don't want to do it, it's discipline that keeps you going, moving, steady and unshakable. It turns that fire into real results. I love it.
Cool. Oh my God.
Me
You're a
gusta, me
girl.
gusta. Yeah. The thing is, yeah. The thing is, you have something, right? You have something and you want to create it, but it's the passion that sets you to a purpose. And then
Yes.
it's the discipline that keeps you going. The discipline when I don't want to wake up in the morning and say, man, I gotta walk today. It's not the passion that gets me working, that gets me to walk that day. It's the discipline that gets me to walk that day. You know, the passion, but I'll go walk later, or what. But the discipline tells me, hey, you got to do it, dude. You got to get up, and you keep going. So
Keep
it's
on going.
yeah, discipline. It's unshakable and it's steady and it keeps going, and it turns that fire, which again builds that passion. You're living your mission in life. You know, so yeah, este so cool. Hey man, we got a bunch of people here.
Yeah, we do.
I wanted a shout out to what's going on here. Man, I know Rene's watching up there. Guys, those of you that are watching up there in the skybox, guys, make sure you take. Hey, Maria Elena, ¿qué tal? Maria Elena was with me on the show last week, and Andrea, Ivan, Carlos, Serrano, who else? I had some other people. Or Clarissa is up there. I don't know, a bunch of other people that I can't see. Over here, I see Jaime, Ramirez, Iliana Acosta, Wendy and Oscar. Hey, how's it going? It's two of my chess parents. Their kids are awesome, man. They're going to Florida for nationals, and they're going. I told them, man, you
Wow.
guys are going to go, and you need to believe. Here's another one. You need to believe that you belong there. You need to believe that you belong there. Whatever you're trying, you need to believe, hey, I deserve to try this. I belong. I'm where I need to be. I'm doing it because it's designed for me to do it. I don't know. I'm not saying it right, but you know what I mean. You belong there. In chess, we have kids sometimes that are little and they're competing against older kids, and sometimes they feel like, man, you know what? Or we're coming from the valley, and we're gonna be playing some kids from New York. We're gonna be playing some kids from Washington. We're gonna play some kids from Arizona. We're gonna play some kids from Florida. We're gonna play some kids from Chicago, and or maybe they look a certain way, and I tell them, you belong there. You've worked hard. You belong there. Don't be scared. Don't be intimidated. You belong there. And a lot of times, we as adults, we feel that way. We feel intimidated. We're scared, and we have to think, hey, I belong here. You're offered an opportunity as for a potential job, and you have to feel, man, I can do it. I mean, if I was offered the opportunity, that means they want me. I can't say no to it because I don't feel adequate enough. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we're the ones that shut the door in our own faces instead of going through the door because of our fear for success.
True. True. Oh my God, Ray, this is great, and I just want to add up. There's a book that is named Think and Grow Rich from Napoleon Hill, and there
Oh
is
yeah,
a phrase that says, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve."
yes.
So first conceive it. Just picture yourself in the big tournament or creating the business or doing whatever you want to do, and then you need to believe that it's true. Again, faith. You need to believe that, as the song says, you need to believe you can fly, right? Like that's the real deal. Because if you really believe that you can do that, and if you conceive yourself doing all the steps, again, as Yvonne just said, discipline and passion and purpose, if you can picture all of that, then that's what the mind will pursue, because it
Mhm.
has a path to follow, and it's about who do you want to become,
Yeah.
who do you want to become, and as you said, Ray, how do you want to be remembered, how do you want to make people feel when you bring your services, when you bring your music, when you bring your light, how do you want to make people feel with the art that lives within you, because we all have art. It may be
Hmm.
technology, it may be literature, it may be music. We all have art. And that specific art is placed in our hearts by God, the universe, because the universe knows that we are the ones to play that piece of art for the
Mm.
entire world.
Yeah, that is so cool. So cool. Let me do a little shout out. Hey, Johnny Metals, how's it going? Johnny Metals is a Tejano uh, artist. You know, he's a singer, composer, and I wrote a song with him. I
Oh,
have a
cool.
song that I wrote with him. Anyway, let me share this picture, guys. Let me share this picture here because this is, I think this takes us where we want to go. Don't waste time. Take action. Don't waste time feeling like you're not adequate. Don't waste time thinking that you're not ready. Don't waste time thinking it's a bad idea. Don't waste time thinking, oh, what would people say? Don't waste time thinking, but everybody says that it's not going to work, that I'm a failure, that I'm no good at this. Don't waste time. Take action. Any action, guys, is going to take you closer to your goal. Any action will keep you where you're going to hit. So the question now is um, the question is not can I, but the question is, and let me put it up here because I have it here. So the question is not can I, the real question is, will I? Will I take action? Can I take action? Of course, you can take action. But the question is, will you take action on your dreams? Will you take action on your goals? Will you take action on that new job? Will you take action on that new relationship? Will you take action on whatever it is that you want to achieve? Whatever goal you're after. Will you take action? ¿Qué dice aquí René? Dice René, sometimes we waste more time trying not to make mistakes than
True.
taking action. Making mistakes and readjusting the strategy. Exactly, René. Pure gold, dude. Puro oro. Es lo que estás diciendo. It is so true. Ahí se me fue acá. And remember this, life does not reward intentions. A nadie le importa que tú quieres tener éxito, a nadie le importa que tú quieras hacer eso, a nadie le importa que tú quieras ser un millonario, a nadie le importa que tú te quieras casar, a nadie le importa que tú quieras ser una buena persona. Life rewards action. Toma acción. Porque lo demás, hey, it's just hearsay, as they say. It's just hearsay. So the thing is that, and that's the thing, guys, is that are you willing to feel uncomfortable? Are you
Mm,
ready to take imperfect steps towards your dreams before you feel ready? Those are two great questions. Porque anytime we want to try something, hey, we gotta go through uncomfortable ground.
yep.
Maybe we're. It's like when you're at the beach and you're barefooted and you're going through the water, but you're a little far away from the water, and you step on the sun. I me quemo, and so you're skipping and jumping and jumping and skipping till you get to the water. Are you willing to do that? Or are you going to touch the sand and you're going to get back in the blanket? You're going to get back in the umbrella, under the umbrella. Are you going to get back into your comfort zone?
Oh my God. Oh my God. And you know what, Ray? I just want to add something here.
Add all you want.
Excellent. Whenever we go outside our comfort zone, we are so scared of the results that we will have because sometimes we picture ourselves as the results. Like if we have a
Mm,
good result, then I am a good people. I'm a good person. But you know what? Tú no eres tus resultados. Tu
mm,
valor no está en los resultados que obtuviste. You
mm-hmm,
are an amazing human being with all this creativity and strength. And if the results weren't the one that you were willing to have, that's okay. Results uh, do not validate your own worth. It's just you being yourself out of your comfort zone and trying another thing, another step, another small step. That's
Mm-hmm.
all it takes. But just remember, you are not your results. Your worth is not tied to the results. The results mean that you are keep on trying. That's everything it means, that you are keeping momentum, that you are befriending your fears and you are
Mm-hmm.
just moving forward. That's all it means.
That's all it means, and that you are doing this. Ah,
True.
you pursue your dreams.
Oh my God.
We gotta pursue the dreams, guys. We have to pursue the dreams, but sometimes this dream is just that. It's just a dream. And like I said in the beginning, those that dream and many dream, a dream's just a dream until you take action. A
Yeah.
dream's just a dream until you take action. And so, guys,
Beautiful.
oh man, great, great. You know what? Before we go, guys, I wanted to also show a little. Well, you know what? Actually, one of the things I want to do here is I think I already said I put this, guys. Jill is co-owner or owner of Soul Business Lab. Can you tell us a little bit about Soul Business Lab? Uh,
Yes, of
Jill.
course. So thank you. In Soul Business Lab, we help women entrepreneurs who want to scale the business or to grow their business. And we give them the strategies, the marketing strategies, the business strategies, all the structure that you need. In the meantime, we are also releasing any fear that you have. We are also helping you to hold this safe space for you if you want to come and heal anything that you haven't figured out in the past. So fear doesn't stop you. So it's a place to heal and it's a place to grow. And that's what we do in Soul Business Lab. Oh, that's a great picture over there. Thank you.
Yeah,
So,
it's a program for women in business by Jill. And of course, this other one, Inner Freedom for Women. Unveil the power of being a woman, a
yeah,
successful woman. That makes sense. So yeah, it's really cool here that you started that because uh and a lot of times we want to start something, but we need some guidance. We need somebody to tell us, okay, it's okay to go do this, it's okay to do this. We need to deal with our fears, we need to deal with our past, that kind of deal. What's keeping us from being successful? And it's good that you're doing that, porque that will definitely takes us to the next level. Let me do this. I'm gonna put this on the comment here. Okay, let's see here. Can I do that? Yes. And let me post it. And I thought I have just posted, and here it is, guys. If you go to this comment on the top, if you go to this comment on the show, you'll be able to read this information and the whole bit. And Jill's gonna make some comments, and when Jill makes some comments on the show here, in fact, where it says comment, post comment, if you have that, you can put a comment, and your name will appear, and that way people can just hit on your name and they can go directly to your page and they can leave you a message based on that. But this is who Jill is, guys. So if you have any questions about what she does, let me show you a little video. This was like last minute, pero aquí está. Let me show you now. No, Jill recently got asked to be one of the co-stars in a new Hollywood movie, guys. So let me show you. Yeah, a little bit
Oh
of that.
wow, that was beautiful. Thank
We
you.
love you, Jill. Yeah, I don't know about that, Renee, because she's going to Hollywood, because you know how those movie stars get once they get to Hollywood, man. Yeah, yeah. No se va a acordar de los pobres acá, nosotros los pobres.
Ay.
No, but it's cool. Hey, it can happen. You can be
Well,
a
of course.
superstar.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
you got to
can
be
be.
open
Yeah.
to. Is it 2 times?
Oh, you guys are great.
Oh man, qué padre, qué padre. Well, it's great that you had some of your friends here and other people. Guys, share this video, and more people are gonna see it later on. It's a little late over here on the Texas side. It's 10 at night right now. It's 11 at night in Mexico right now. Ahorita son las 10. California definitely has it easy because it's gonna be 9 o'clock in California, but New York's already over midnight, and so it's one of these times I didn't have time to do it earlier, but hey, you got to do what you got to do, right?
Yeah.
Jill, let me ask you this, or hold on, let me see if we got anything here. Este, oh no, go ahead, Jill. Any last comments, Jill? And something that you want to leave the audience with?
You can't never ever go wrong. Whatever decision you make, if you just take the action, it's never gonna be the wrong path because we typically overthink or double question if this is the real path, if this is something that I should be doing, shouldn't I be doing something different? Trust that you are here guided by a bigger source, by a bigger force, by life. There's never gonna be a wrong decision ever because every step you take is gonna keep moving you towards your purpose. And probably you don't know exactly what your purpose is at this moment in life, and that's okay. You don't have to. It will unveil eventually, it will show up. You just keep showing up, taking action.
Wow, I like that. You just keep showing up, taking action. I mean, that's an awesome statement right there. And the thing is, I'm gonna leave you guys with this week's challenge. Take one action you've been avoiding. Send a message, make that call, post that video, apply for the opportunity, but begin today. Do it today or do it tomorrow morning. Remember, life does not reward intentions, life rewards action. So, guys, take action. You are your best investment. You are your greatest project. You are your best chance. So why not take action, guys? You are awesome. I really appreciate you guys being here tonight. Hugs,
Thank you
respect.
so very much.
I love you guys. Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you next week. Actually, let me put down here on Thursday, Deanna and I on May 1st, we're going to talk about May 1st. Where do your goals stand now? We all wait. We all made goals. We all said, this is stuff that I'm going to start doing. New Year's resolutions. So where are those goals today? So it's already 4 months. We're one quarter of the day. So we gotta see where we're at. Hey, Rene, ¿qué tal, Rene? El Royal. That's what they call me in the music industry. El Royal. So yeah. so yeah. So guys, we'll let you go. We'll exit with a little video, and then we're done. So guys, pretty much. Have a good
Thank
one.
you.
We'll see
Have
you
a good
next
one.
time. All right. Take care.
Thank
Bye
you,
bye.
Renee.